Pritzker. I have Rob. He's trying to claim right now, Pat, that he's like, I never. Did you see this clip?
I didn't say Nazi.
Watch this. Yeah, watch this.
This is good.
That is completely false. I have never called Republicans Nazis. Everything that he has done has been tearing down constitutional democracy. And that's what happened in Nazi Germany. It doesn't take very long to tear apart a constitutional republic. Indeed, the Nazis did it in 53 days. And
right here.
Our democracy is almost as fragile. And we're seeing it right now. The dangers that we saw in Nazi Germany, especially in the earliest days of Nazi Germany, are the
Rob,
dangers that we need to
this is a
react to
top 3
now.
candidate for the left of 2028.
Oh yeah. So great to your point. It's not going to stop. And then mind you, they have the mainstream media keep pushing this narrative because that's what he's speaking on. You said the stat of how many colleges, because Charlie was what? Charlie was going to colleges because this woke mind virus, he was trying to act as like a vaccine to try to just talk like what's wrong with you to get into their brains. How many percentage of professors in all these colleges are Democrat left-leaning?
Best case is 8-1. Worst case is 15-1.
8-1. And the majority of them...
8 Democrats, 8 liberals to 1 conservative professor.
And so when you have that monopoly and you have these people saying this, and this is their vision, why would it stop? Why would anybody slow down? Because, Pat, they think they're virtuous. They think, okay, well, this is a Nazi. Yeah. This is a fascist. If I kill him, I'm going to be the freaking savior of our movement. And that's what's happening in here, Pat. And it's not going to change. They're going to keep going. They're looking for windows of opportunity. This Tyler guy is just one incident. There's thousands and thousands, maybe millions of these freaking brainwashed psychos out there. Period.
Van throwing here 100% right. Then you have the picture of the guy celebrating at literally the moment. So I have this young man who's on the front row, watched Charlie get assassinated, and he said something. I said, "Is there anything that was strange? You know, what through the beforehand, during the event, right after the event?" He said, "The only thing I saw that was all out of the ordinary was the minute the shot happened, people realized he was shot. Everyone got down.
Yep.
And there's a picture. This guy.
Look at
this guy. You're going to see it. Celebrate. Now he's
Charlie's just been shot.
He's just been shot. Now if you just give it a second, give it a beat. Everyone's fearful for their life. Right? You have an active shooter. Look at him. And he makes himself the biggest target right in the line from that shooter 200 yards away on the roof, right in front of Charlie. He is right in the middle. That is not human. That man is either violently ill or
watch psychos out there. Period.
Man, throwing here 100% right. Then, do you have the picture of the guy celebrating at literally the moment? So I have this young man who's on the front row, watched Charlie get assassinated, and he said something. I said, "Is there anything that was strange? You know, walk through the beforehand, during the event, right after the event." He said, "The only thing I saw that was all out of the ordinary was the minute the shot happened, people realized he was shot. Everyone got down.
Yep.
And there's a picture. This guy.
Look at
this guy. You're going to see here." Celebrating. Now
Charlie's just been shot.
He's just been shot. Now if you just give it a second, give it a beat here. Everyone's fearful for their life, right? You have an active shooter. Look at him. And he makes himself the biggest target right in the line from that shooter 200 yards away on the roof, right in front of Charlie. He is right in the middle. That is not human. That man is either violently ill or
what do we
he's
know
part
about
of this.
Him? Has he been interviewed?
Yes, he's being interviewed right now. He's being interviewed. The other guy's in jail because we talked to the sheriff, but there's no way this kid pulls off a 200-yard shot. Yeah, okay, I get a trained sniper. It's not
with
a tough
spotter.
shot. Yeah. With a spotter, though.
Yep.
And with a diversion to get away, and then this guy going like this. The moment Charlie shot, there's no question in my mind that this was not just Tyler Robinson.
What is a spotter?
Spotter, Adam. So let's say Eric is setting up his shot. Spotters are with binoculars. They're looking, by the way, the sniper that I knew, Adam, they look at the ground to see where the heat wave of the wind, and it's so much.
So you're saying if you're going to take someone out, it's usually at least another person involved?
Especially in sniping. Yeah, and bro, by the way, and then he's carrying a towel around it, which is brilliant because you don't want to bang the scope because the scope has to be zeroed in. You can't take off a scope and put it on and it shoots where you want it to shoot.
By the way, a couple things here. So to go back to that, John F. Kennedy, when he was assassinated, he was 46. RFK was 42. MLK was 39. So notice a pattern there. What do you notice a pattern? A 7-year age difference. Okay? What's the thing with Charlie Rose? 31. 31. So what do you notice with this? They're not worried about the 80s.
Right.
They're addressing the
Honestly,
future.
that is the reason Charlie won. Not because he had the reach he had, but the reach he had.
That's right.
It's the most valuable
That's right.
commodity in politics.
So I think that part, as you're going through it, of course, everybody is going through, should I protect, should I not? But I do think there's a handful of names. I am not going to give names. I do think there's a handful of names that if the enemy wanted to do something, those handful of names are above everybody else. I won't give those names. They'll be above everybody else as they're going through something like this. And by the way, I had a guy yesterday, we interviewed a bunch of different people on the security side. And one guy yesterday, 18 Delta guy that we're talking to, I said, why don't they sweep the top if there's snipers there? You know what he said? He says, in 37, Rob, can you look this up? He kept using the word 37 states. In 37 states, it's illegal for you to go sweep the area, the perimeter for snipers. In 37 states, I said, what do you mean by that? It says, in 37 states, you're not allowed to do it. Folks, if you're in the military, if you're in the FBI, if you're working in this world, if you're Secret Service, Menekta send us a message, let us know. But he said in 37 states, you can't do it. He says, don't you think they would do it? Of course they would do it. We'd love to do it. He says, and then he says, in Virginia, they allow you to do this. And then he started going through all these other states on how you can do it. But apparently in 37, they don't.
Not even a drone. Like if I was Charlie's team, have a drone, bro. You're sitting in the middle of a valley. Have a drone if you're not by the airport. At least surveil to make sure nobody's posting up. That right there is underestimating
Pennsylvania or Utah on those 37 states. Those are where the shootings occurred.
I don't know. And matter of fact, I'm gonna have while I'm live right now, I'm gonna text somebody to go a little bit deeper into this to ask the question about this. By the way, Rob, can you do me a favor? Can you put up that Anna Kasparian clip about Erica while she's talking to what do you call it? To Destiny about being a human being for once, right? Now watch this here. Go for it.
You have so much hatred in your heart, and at the same time,
it's such a simple thing. If you're
others as
going to
being hateful.
weaponize somebody's grief against the other party, well, then of course people have a right to fight back against it. I think that she has every right to grieve in whatever way she wants, but when that grief is going to be weaponized to do recruitment, political recruitment, and further radicalization of the other side, then of course you not only have the ability to mock, I think you have the obligation to mock it. It's insane.
Let me understand. Let me understand your argument. So since others are using her grief to politically recruit, you think that it's okay to mock her specifically?
Since others
How
are
does that make
using
any
her grief,
sense?
she's the one who gave a 17-minute speech on TV where she talked about good versus evil. She's the one showing up in
Destiny,
TP
let me
USA
explain.
ads to
Let
1
me
or 2
explain
days
something
after.
to you. If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech.
Yes.
I would be out for blood. I understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand what being a human is. What it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with, that you chose to raise children with. A person who was violently and viciously assassinated like that. This is why I've moved
That's fine.
away
And when
from
something I know, yes,
identifying as
because
a
you got bullied online. It's so funny. It's so funny that you just
so
said that you
embarrassing
don't
on the
think about
left.
how other people act to define your behavior. Your entire political ideology now is somehow defined by the people that were mean to you on Twitter.
No,
if somebody
it's
cares
not.
about somebody who's
No,
grieving,
I
then
understood
you tell that
what the
person,
flaws
you
on
tell
the
that
left
person,
happened
hey,
to me.
So Keith Olbermann said something like this on Twitter, and I responded to Keith. I said, dude, did your parents hurt you?
They had to have, Pat.
Who hurt you? Who didn't believe in you? Who made you feel not good for you to have this level of hate in your body? This is not normal for somebody. If you go to replies, Rob, I'm trying to see what I told him. Because he said something, go to replies. I don't reply a lot, so it should be easy to find. Keep going lower. Keith Olbermann said, keep going lower, you'll see it. Is that it? Okay, go up to his tweet. So this is, I assume Cash Patel means Valhalla, New York, because otherwise I hate to break it to him, but neither he nor Kirk nor Trump are getting into heaven.
What? Like you understand? Like he's basically saying Charlie is in hell. That's what this guy is saying. And as mad as I want to get, guys, what? Let's take a step back. What makes someone like
That's
that?
what I'm saying.
Like
Who hurt
how?
you to say
You're
something
right.
this nasty?
How? Like what? Is it the system? Is it your family? Is it like I would sue? You know, everybody's suing for defamation. If I was Rosie O'Donnell, if I was Keith Olbermann, if I was these psycho leftists, I would do a class action lawsuit and say, you guys, CNN, MSNBC, all of you guys that are spitting this poison, you've ruined our brains. You've ruined our brains. Because what human being thinks like this?
Yeah, that's horrible.
I mean, is it any better that Jasmine Crockett, who could be one of the top contenders for president in 2028, says blames an assault? Charlie Kirk wouldn't be dead if it weren't for the assault weapons or assault rifles that Trump allows. That is number one false. It wasn't an assault rifle. It was a rifle. It was a sniper rifle. It wasn't. They have no idea what they're talking about. Blaming guns again within minutes of his death. Blaming the guns as they always do, and then you hear them. It's almost justifying this Aaron Rupar and the others to have this attitude. Like if our elected officials can't take a moment and be heartfelt and sorrowful for the loss of someone on our side and immediately blame MAGA, then blame Charlie for his own words, and then blame the guns. This is what they do. If they can't have that, then we'll never, ever, ever be able to come together. We are destined to be two separate countries.
Can we go into the text exchange? Can we talk about the text exchange? And then I want to go into the Ackman and Candace. By the way, folks, again, remember, I want to remind you this. Anything you purchase on Team USA, 100% of whatever you purchase is going to Turning Point USA. So if you're watching a podcast, you love America, you love Charlie, you love what Turning Point USA is doing, anything you purchase on the Team USA products that's on there, 42, any one of them, 100% of the money that comes in is being sent to Turning Point USA. Go to vteamers.com to place your order, sport the gear. Let me continue. So texting. Vinny, as of right now, what's been shown is the text exchange between the shooter and his roommate, the transgender roommate that he has, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people are a little bit suspicious, saying, wait a minute, they're texting each other like this? Yes. But let me read it to you. Can you zoom in a little bit, Rob? Robinson. This is, I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I come home. But I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you. Roommate, you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson, I am. I'm sorry. Roommate, I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I have planned to grab my rifle from the drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quite almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate, why? Why did I do it? Yeah, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate, how long have you been planning this? A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there's a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got back to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK, I don't know what that is.
I don't even know.
I don't even know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I change outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The effing messages are mostly a big me. If I see, notice, bulge, you woo, or on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Eric.
Bulge UWUs, the reference to the trans community. So Patrick, you just read through that. Here's my theory on this. This looks like an admission of motive, admission. The steps. It's a closed case. All I have to do is bring this up.
Interesting.
It's so well choreographed that the roommate doesn't play along. Kind of pulls at one point. How long have you been planning this?
Weird.
Very,
Smart.
very weird question. Right? It feels like this was a script. They They put it out there that nails it.
Who's they?
The cabal that I believe is behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk are probably looking to take out, to alter history by taking out kingpins of conservative thought.
Question for you, Eric. I'm looking at this, and I've learned the hard way. Don't just look at the exact thing. Don't be naive. There could be other extenuating circumstances. Are you saying, based on this conversation, that this conversation is not even real? It's fabricated.
It looks to me, honestly, like it's a perfectly choreographed script to nail Tyler Robinson to this crime, and only Tyler Robinson. Not even the roommate, who is supposed to be a lover, and this is why Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. He couldn't stand the hatred that Charlie Kirk had for trans community, like his new boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the hell he is, and not even implicate that person.
What are the chances? What are the chances? I'm not being naive. What are the chances? It was literally just this kid, Tyler Robinson, that's been radicalized, been upset. He's texting his love. He's gay, he's trans, whatever it is. And he generally just did it himself. He was a lone wolf.
Why didn't the
actor.
lover
What are the
play
chances?
along? Honey, I
said, what
feel
are the chances that it was
yeah,
just him?
it's for me, it's approaching zero. I mean, nothing's ever zero.
You know what I did? As soon as I saw this yesterday, as soon as it hit the air, I went and put in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said, reading this, it feels more like something written than an actual text thread.
Stop it.
I swear, I'm reading it from ChatGPT right now. The pacing, the length, the sentences, the way he explains every single detail as if he's narrating a movie. It doesn't match how people text when they're panicking or hiding after a crime.
How
Real
long
text, hold on, let me finish.
Hold on.
Real texts are usually short, sloppy, with abbreviations, not long monologues that sound like a script. So my gut, ChatGPT's gut, it doesn't read like an authentic back and forth. It reads more like a crafted effect. So that's that. But are you ready for this? It makes, and I trust me, they know me. I never believe anybody, but it makes far more sense to think that these texts weren't fabricated by the FBI or somebody, but that the shooter and his boyfriend had a script, they staged it, and then exchanged it. You know why? You nailed it, Eric. To give the freaking lover, boyfriend, cover.
Cover and focus on Tyler.
Just take the rap.
Patrick,
Take the rap.
Patrick,
Unbelievable.
They added premeditation when the lover says, "How long have you been planning this?"
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Is that a normal conversation
No.
between a guy who just blew away Charlie Kirk and his love? How long have you been?
Brother, you call the person.
They got motive. They got the actual pulling the trigger, the aim, the reason, and now they got premeditation too.
Rob, you put it up there, and what does it say to you?
I did. I asked ChatGPT, analyze the script from these text messages. Do they sound authentic? And then I uploaded the text themselves. It gives a pretty long-winded answer, but at the end, overall assessment, these messages do not strongly resemble authentic raw text
It's
exchanges.
not real.
They read more like a constructed script, possibly fabricated or heavily edited, than genuine, spontaneous communication.
Wow.
So
is this kid in custody, the trans boyfriend?
No.
What do
They
you mean
talked to
he's
the
not in
family. They
custody?
spoke to him. They spoke to the
How's he
family.
not in custody right now?
They questioned him.
He can't leave. You know, it's one of those.
You just can't leave. Yeah.
He won't. I mean.
So if what you're saying is true, if what ChatGPT is saying is true, that he's going to be tried for accomplice to murder?
No,
they're talking about death penalties. What they're talking
Oh, for
about.
Tyler.
I'm not talking about Tyler.
the
I'm
other-
talking about
No,
You gotta prove
The
it.
transgender.
boyfriend.
Yeah, you
No,
gotta- you gotta
because
prove it.
this exchange in court will play out like, hey,
This
my
is when he got the
client.
death penalty?
This is
Watch
when they
his
announced
reaction.
that they're, yes. the
Watch
death
his reaction.
that we need to address today, Council. Just for the court's information, we did file just recently, within the last few minutes, a notice of intent to seek the death penalty that was filed by Utah County Attorney Jack Gray. So that should be in the court's file.
No reaction.
Is this frozen? Is this just
No, that's him.
That's his
moving, no
actual
reaction.
reaction?
Yeah, you can see his
So just
eyes shift
frozen.
down right here. His eyes shift down.
Go back again. Go back 10 seconds. Right there. That's good, Rob.
Just recently, within the last few minutes, a notice of intent to seek the death penalty that was filed
Put his eyes.
by Utah County Attorney
He
Jack
nodded.
Gray. So that should be in the court's file.
Yeah. So what
Pat, where are you at with this? Like, meaning, I was just looking at the text on its surface, like, oh wow,
No,
the trans boyfriend didn't know.
Yeah,
Now
right.
apparently there's some stuff going on. Where are you at with this? Eric said he's close to 0%. It was a lone wolf.
guys, the last time there was this type of dramatic exposure
It's been off this whole time.
Was a guy named John F. Kennedy, but his father
Been off
got
this
assassinated.
whole time.
He was planning on
The whole
having
time.
guys in the White House
I'm going to
before
start
he
anew.
Joseph
Start
Kennedy
anew.
had plans of this
Because, yep,
happening
messed
40
that
years,
up.
30 years before it happened. The day